Alright, so here's a look at the this was printed by Zentai Zone. It used Alex Service pattern. It's a pretty good pattern. I'm just gonna go over what I've done to the suit. First thing I did with the suit is I connected all the finger lines all the way around. So this right here, this was printed on, and this was printed on right here. That's part of the pattern. On the sides though, it's basically just blank red. There's no webbing all the way around the fingers like it is in the movie. So while wearing the gloves, I'd take a Sharpie pen and basically just drew these lines right here all the way down the sides on all the fingers on both sides, and I did the same thing on the other glove. The front emblem is the second thing I did. This is TJX's front emblem. I glued it on myself. I'm pretty satisfied with it. These are really difficult to glue on, or at least I expected them to be. It's not too bad as long as you just map everything out with like a Sharpie pen real quick. You can kind of see right over here there's like a slight dot. That's basically what I did. I just put a dot at every corner, and I took a toothpick and just rubbed super glue on the end, and then basically just matched up everything at the end. It was kind of like connecting the dots, and it wasn't too bad. The biggest thing you want to make sure of is make sure that the main body is glued on, centered, and straight up and down. You don't want it to be tilted to the side or anything like that, because that's gonna be pretty obvious once you're wearing the suit. The most recent thing I've done with the suit is on the back. I've added TJX's back logo to the suit. Glued this on myself, did it bit by bit, basically used a toothpick like I did for the front emblem. Took a bit more time, but all around I'm pretty satisfied with it. There's a few wrinkles here and there, like there's something around here that usually when I'm wearing it, but it is not too bad. I'm very satisfied with how it turned out, and everything is for the most part glued down. And touch that up real quick. For gluing those down, I used this drawing board. It's a light board. I basically just stretched the suit out and put this underneath the torso, so that way it like stretched out the fabric enough so it's about what it's like when I'm wearing it. So that way the back spider doesn't get glued on while the suit isn't getting stretched out at all, and then you put it on and it's too small or something. The suit's got a U-zip in the back. That's super nice. The forearms have a forearm zip, which is super helpful because his gloves can be kind of difficult to get into, just judging by like how the seams are. It's a really odd way of the seams going like around, but I mean it works. So yeah, if you order the suit or order his pattern, I'd say be a little bit more generous with like the wrist measurements, because it can be pretty difficult to squeeze into this. I think there's a slight tear or rip at the seam on one of these gloves. Yeah, right. Let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, right here. There's a little bit of a seam rip, but it's not too bad. Nothing that's going to like ruin the costume. It's not very noticeable at all. There's a zip in the back of the neck for me to get into it, and then Zentai Zone added Kung Fu shoes here. And these are really nice. Now my plans for the suit right now is I'm still waiting on the mask that I'm getting from RPC Studio. I decided to get the bodysuit from Zentai Zone since that's going to be significantly cheaper and take a lot less time. But I got the mask from RPC Studio because many of you that already cosplay will know that if your Spider-Man mask is off, it'll throw off the whole costume. So I want to make the mask look as best as it can. For that to look its absolute best, for the mask, picked up TJX's face shell. This is my first face shell I've ever used. I don't plan on using magnets to attach the lenses. I'm probably going to glue them straight to the mask, just because it's a lot more convenient and I can wear it without a face shell if I need to. So yeah, the face shell is a really nice shape. I drilled in a bunch of holes for it so I can breathe easier. I added some foam padding in the forehead and the chin, so that way it's a lot more comfortable for me to wear. These are also from TJX, also modeled by Matthew DC on Instagram, and these are made in resin, as to the rubber lenses here. These can get painted, they'll look a lot nicer. I don't think I'm gonna paint these actually, because the black here matches pretty much the black from the rubber emblems there and on the suit, so I don't want to have like a different looking black because it'll look kind of strange. These are a lot nicer, I think, because they were like a rigid shape and they go onto the face shell really well. So adding in the actual lens part will be a lot easier on a rigid structure rather than on rubber where it'll have to like bend the mask. Since these are resin, they're also pretty durable, and they can also flex a bit too. So these they're not, but they're pretty durable, all things considered. So I enjoy these a lot. I definitely recommend these. These the web shooters, which actually are probably my favorite part of this costume, just because you can wear them around wherever. These are designed by Matthew DC on Instagram. Definitely give him a follow. He's really good. He modeled the face shell, the emblems on the front, the back, the lenses. He did everything pretty much here except for the pattern. I added the nozzle at the end. That's done with the acrylic ink, which is the same thing I did with my rubber lenses. And then I used acrylic ink on some of the black areas on the web shooters here, like this kind of area here, and on the side around here, all around. And that kind of just gives it a different kind of shine, so it'll have light reflect off of it in a different way. It just adds a bit more detail to the shooter. I did it on the trigger there. And then the web cartridges are these are removable. These are very nice. These are actually cast in resin. The web shooter cartridges are. I got those in resin because these are easier to paint in resin. So these will be going in these shooters here, and then I have 6 others right across there that'll be going on the belt here. It has a Velcro clasp thing I added in. There's like a rubber lip that I used here that basically just lets it close here. I use super glue to attach just about everything, and I decked out the whole thing in magnets pretty much. So right here is a piece of craft foam that's covering up a magnet. There's a magnet on the trigger here. There's a magnet here underneath this craft foam piece, and there's a magnet back here. So basically, when this slides underneath here, the magnet in this craft foam will snap to this one. And then if I want to retract it, the magnet in the palm will snap to that one. And then this one here will snap to this one. So that way, it'll stay retracted pretty well. And since there's a magnet in the palm, I wear these underneath my suit on the palm across my hand, and the magnets will pretty much snap to each other. So that way, the trigger will always be pretty much centered straight to the center of my palm, and that's really just nice to have so it isn't flapping around conventions and stuff. This is JWT Cosplay. Thanks for watching, guys.